I just think getting well is always about abundance, is that you can mimic calorie restriction by blood sugar control, an anti-inflammatory diet, which we'll talk about, sleep, supplements, moderate exercise, smart calories. So sugar control, an anti-inflammatory diet, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Sleep, so you get that brainwashing we've been talking about. Healthy supplements, moderate exercise, and always, is this a smart calorie or a dumb calorie? One should focus on smart calories. So go for high quality calories. Calories matter. I fight with my friends. They go, oh, calories don't count. You don't have to count calories. It's like, yeah, that's true if you're calorie rich. But if you're calorie poor like I am, I have fat people in my family. I have a brother that's 150 pounds overweight. No matter what it is I say to him, he just doesn't do it. You probably have people in your life like that too. But I have fat genes. My genes say I should be fat. I actually did a genetic test with 23andMe and said I had a 67% chance of being overweight. But I'm not. Why? Because I don't make the decisions that make it likely to be so. And yes, healthy food, calorie smart. I think of calories like money. I weigh things, measure things, I look on labels. I'm not going to overeat because I dearly don't want to be fat, as you heard me talk about the dinosaur syndrome, right? Big body, little tiny brain, you're going to become extinct. No. So you need to know what your calorie requirements are. The average 50-year-old man, about 2,200 calories a day. The average 50-year-old woman, about 1,800 calories a day. I'm a little shorter, so I'm 5'6". So probably it's like 1,900 or 2,000 calories for me. But I also have exercise, so that may give me a few more. But know what your basic need is, and then know how many you spend a day, if weight's an issue for you. If weight's not an issue for you, you don't really have to worry about calories. Go after the highest quality food possible. So the second principle is water. Your brain is 80% water. Now, if you take the water out, you have this big blob of fat left. Your brain is 60% fat. But I think it's critical to drink enough water throughout the day. You want to stay away from anything that dehydrates you, so too much caffeine, much alcohol, diuretics. Get plenty of water a day. In order to drink water, I actually created something called Brain Boost on the Go. It's made with organic blueberries, strawberries, acai berries. There's a little bit of stevia, so it tastes awesome. But in addition, if I'm going to drink something, let me drink something that's also good for me. It has B6, B12, folate, and theanine from green tea. And I created Brain Boost on the Go because I don't like drinking water. I just don't like it. But if I put Brain Boost on the Go in a bottle of water, I'm totally good. I'll drink 4 or 5 of them a day. So here's actually an interesting scan from someone who showed up to our clinic dehydrated. He purposefully dehydrated himself for a photo shoot. His brain just looked awful. And then the next day he came back, because I asked him, are you doing drugs, steroids, what are you doing, why does your brain look bad? And he told me about the dehydration. His brain looked much better when we hydrated it. It's a very important poster. It was actually from the city of New York. I got their permission to show it to you. It says, are you pouring on the pounds? Don't drink yourself fat. So it's a soda going in, actually turning into fat in the glass. On average, 1984, Americans drank about 225 calories a day. 2012, I think, was the poster. People were drinking 450 calories a day. That extra 225 calories a day will put 23 pounds of fat a year on your body. No wonder everybody's always on a diet. So the first hit, you need to lose weight, stop drinking your calories. don't drink anything that has calories in it. Juice, shakes, sodas. I mean, if you have a healthy breakfast shake, that's different. Alcohol, beer. You want to know how many calories you're putting in this body of yours. And the restaurants and fast food places, they're going like psychotic. They're going berserk with the calories. If you're at a Cheesecake Factory, one meal could be 2,500 calories. So if on average I need about 2,000 calories a day to maintain my weight, just one meal doesn't even include the appetizer. So if you can imagine, you get a fried steak dinner, and then you add the soda, then you add the appetizer, then you add dessert, you're at 3,500 calories for one meal. Think about that. I mean, now people, if you just do the math, this is third grade math, maybe it's second grade math, that it's not hard to understand why we're obese. Focus on protein. Why? It helps stabilize your blood sugar. If you want to make good decisions, you have to have a stable blood sugar. Protein also provides the building blocks for your muscles, for your brain, for your neurotransmitters. I want it to be clean because you wouldn't want to put something toxic into your body. So hormone-free, antibiotic-free, free-range, grass-fed. I also want you to think about what the things you ate, because you end up eating them. And I also want you to think about how the animals you eat were slaughtered. Because ultimately, if animals are raised and sacrificed inhumanely, they are producing hormones, neurotransmitters, chemicals in their body that are associated with fear, anxiety, depression, and anger. And you end up eating those hormones. So I think of it like soul food, sustainable, organic, unadulterated, locally grown with a soul. That people are really thinking about the quality of the food that they're eating. So make it clean. Fish and lamb actually have higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids. Turkey and chicken, beans, raw nuts. There are even protein found in vegetables such as broccoli and spinach. So protein is critical to provide the building blocks for muscle, brain, so much of you. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are not the enemy. It's bad carbohydrates that are the enemy. So I want you to think of low glycemic. So the glycemic index is how much does this food raise my blood sugar? On a scale usually of 0 to 100. And the higher it is, the worse it is. So if you think of bread, pasta, potatoes, white potatoes, rice, sugar, they're all toward the higher end. Where the lower end are vegetables, celery, red bell peppers, and the middle range is okay. Think of sweet potatoes, apples, cherries, blueberries. So low glycemic, high fiber, carbs that do not raise your blood sugar. High in fiber because it helps clean you out, but fiber's also been found to help balance your blood sugar and lower your blood pressure. So vegetables and fruit, and I never want you drinking fruit juice. Why? Because what they do is they unwrap sugar from its fiber source, and then it turns toxic. If you drink a glass of orange juice, my dad hates this because he is a grower for Sunkist. If you drink a glass of orange juice, it can actually be several hundred calories, and it's completely void of fiber. And it's made up of 6 to 8 oranges. So when is it ever rational to eat 6 or 8 oranges? It's never rational to do that. But if you had even 2 oranges, so much better than that glass of juice. Fiber decreases ghrelin, so that's the hormone your stomach produces that tells you you're hungry, so it dampens that, slows absorption of food so you get more nutrients, stabilizes your blood sugar, improves digestion, lowers high blood pressure, reduces your risk for cancer, which I'm a huge fan of that because cancer chemotherapy is bad for your brain. Plus, just being told you have cancer is bad for your brain because it's so stressful. Want you to get 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. And you so have to be careful with the sugar. I have a niece that's a master baker. And I walked into my other niece's birthday party and I saw these. And I just had to take a picture of it. And I'm asking myself, and anybody who listened to me, why do we celebrate with things that hurt us? So why do we celebrate with sugar, with alcohol? It's like, how does that make sense? I'm celebrating your birth by helping you die early. And people go, oh, come on, Dr. Amen, everything in moderation. And I'm like, that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Cocaine in moderation, bad idea. Methamphetamine in no, that's not a good idea. Bad food in moderation, why? Why would I celebrate with something that would hurt me? So on average, Americans have 140 pounds of sugar a year. Look at that. I mean, wow. And sugar comes by many different names, from molasses to caramel color. Caramel color has actually now been shown to be involved in causing cancer. Barley malt, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, honey, sorbitol, fructose, which is a bad actor. It has a nice sounding name like fruit sugar, which it is, but when it's unwrapped from its fiber source, it's toxic in your body. Organic cane crystals, God, that sounds so good. It sounds so healthy. Sugar. Maltose, maltodextrin, fruit juice concentrate, just all different names for sugar. Sugar is not your friend. Refined sugar is almost 100% pure calories. There's no minerals, vitamins, proteins, it's just simple toxic carbohydrates. Void of minerals needed for enzymes, it can cause a chromium and a copper deficiency. It interferes with calcium and magnesium. It increases inflammation. It increases erratic brain cell firing and has been implicated in aggression. I'm not a fan. Been associated with ADHD and hyperactivity. It increases triglycerides, lowers healthy cholesterol levels, raises some of the unhealthy cholesterol levels. It feeds cancer cells. It increases slow brain waves. It has been involved in increasing depression, and it makes you dumb. It alters learning and memory. This is a study from UCLA done on mice. But they found if you're going to eat sugar, omega-3 fatty acids can help minimize the damage. Hidden sugars in so many different things. Alcoholic beverages, almost half the calories in ketchup, in most luncheon meats, in most fast food chicken. Breading on many products, most store-bought breads. And I'm like, now what the heck? Why are they putting sugar in bread? You have to ask yourself, why are they putting sugar in bread? Go to your grocery store and just read the label. I gave you the 14 different names for sugar that they'll put on the label. And there was only one. I went to my dad's grocery store and I went to the bread section. And I went, so which breads don't have sugar? Out of about 30, it was one. It was 4 wheat Russian rye bread. Like, wow. And salad dressings frequently contain sugar. And personally, when you're at a restaurant, I never let the waiter or waitress put the salad dressing on my salad. I always get it on the side. And typically for me, I get oil and vinegar on the side. And ahead of time, I go, do you put cheese or croutons or other things on the salad? Because it's not on the menu. And I tell them, leave those things on. Why? It's just extra calories. And I put vinegar on first, and then I'll put a little bit of oil on it, because all the calories are in the oil. If you put the oil on first, you're going to put like 2